Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to or back to my channel. Angel here. Full disclosure, I do have the lurgy, so I may have to pause to blow a leaky nose or cough or sneeze or sniff or any of the above. So I apologise in advance for that. But if there is longer pauses between me speaking, you'll know why. Okay, so today I thought I would do an update on my authored book challenge. Because why not? So yeah, let's dive straight on in. Okay, so just as a bit of a wee recap, if you don't know what this authored book project is all about, I initially saw a video on Claudia Caye Vintage's channel about this project that she was starting. So I've just jumped on the bandwagon, and it's just something that I've introduced for my practice. This is her project. I will link her channel in the description box, and I will even link her video in the description box if I remember. Fingers crossed. So the point of this is that to alter an old book, a diary, a journal, an old sketchbook, or just a plain journal generally, with Claudia Caye's prompt that she releases every single Wednesday throughout the whole of 2023. And then you use that prompt in any way that it inspires you to create a page in your book, to alter. Or, if there is a prompt that you don't like one week or you don't have the time one week, you just hop over that prompt and, all is good. It's all about what works for you in your life. And it's just about, blowing away the cobwebs, having a bit of fun, having a bit of play. Yeah. So that's why this project really appealed to me and spoke to me. So there's no creative or artistic skill needed whatsoever. It's just about enjoyment. So this is not about showing your book off. I'm showing it because people have asked to have a bit of an update, and I thought it was just a really good project to give a tip on, because it's a great way, I felt, to feed the soul and fill the cup. So that's why we're here today. So I purchased, you don't have to purchase anything. I went to the charity shop and I purchased a secondhand book. It was just an old book that nobody obviously wanted, which had a dust jacket. Took the dust jacket off. Anyway, so let's get to it. The first page is keeping track of the pages that I've altered and the dates that I've altered them, and then even the prompt that was used for that page. And so far, because I've had the time and I've had the inclination, and this project has really inspired me, I've been decorating 2 pages. That might stop later on in the year, if time doesn't allow it, or maybe if a prompt doesn't speak to me one week. I'm just going to say the good thing about the prompts is, as Claudia's even said herself, if you don't have, if there's the first prompt, for instance, for the first week was decorate a page with coloured pencils. If you don't have any coloured pencils at home, then you could use paints, you could use crayons, you could use chalk, you could use coloured paper, you could even print out a coloured picture from a computer if you wanted to, and stick it in. You do you. It's just about blowing off some steam, dusting away the cobwebs, and just doing something fun and easy. It's not supposed to be a pressure or stressful project. So, as mentioned, the first prompt was decorate a page with coloured pencils. This was the first page that I decorated. Now, this page is a replication. Can I say that? A replica is possibly the better word, of the death card from the tarot deck, Tarot of Strange Antlers or Branches. Now, the death card is my card for 2023, and I already felt back in January that was already having a very positive influence on me. So I decided to kind of honour that card and draw it in the book. Now, this was the first time I'd drawn, I don't know, since I was like 16. I'm 43 now. I'm no good at maths, so I'm not going to try and work that out now, but it's quite a few years. And I cannot tell you how liberating and invigorating it was just to pick up a pencil and, and just start sketching, just, just for fun. And yeah, it was just, honestly, I didn't realise how much I'd missed, I don't want to say doodling, but just playing, and just being able to, create and, and just take the time. I feel as adults, we're not really encouraged to waste our time on unproductive things, which is a terrible, terrible waste. I mean, what are we here for on this planet if we can't enjoy our life? And I'm not saying that, everybody enjoys drawing and write, or creating. I'm not saying that. But if it's something that you enjoy, I think we should be encouraged. And I think we should encourage ourselves, more importantly, to do those things that really, charge our batteries, feed our souls and fill our cups. Because, there's a lot of things we have to do as adults that, aren't fun and that we don't want to do. And so why not, when we have the time to do it, and even to make the time to do the things that really make us feel good? So that's what I've taken from this project, and that is what has really inspired me to, to do the project. I cannot tell you, I wait on Wednesdays. Claudia, she releases her prompts on Wednesdays at 4:00 my time, in any case, where I am in the world. And I finish work at 4:00, and I've already set notification for her lives. And I am standing there waiting with bated breath for her to start her live, because I'm just so excited for the next prompt. So, so yeah. So sorry, going back to the book. That was I kind of digressed there. So this was from the Tower of Strange Branches or Antlers. Then I added some things that come up in my journaling when I was journaling about the death card for 2023. And on this page, I decided to draw the card from the Tower of Oneness. This is the death card from that deck. And I if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I'm petrified of snakes in reality, although I'm trying to get over my fear of them. But they are really, really important to me. They keep appearing in dreams for me, and I feel they're a really important sign, or an important sign, to grow, to evolve, to face my fears. So I just felt this was a really important card to add to my journal, or to my book this year. I felt I added some more words that come up in my journaling. And I'm really happy with how they turned out. Obviously, if I hadn't had colour pencils, I could have used paints, I could have used pens, I could have used crayons, but I did have colour pencils, so hence the reason that I followed the prompt as mentioned. So yeah, that was week 1. Week number 2, I have to go back and double check because I haven't got a very good memory. Week number 2 was decorate a page with glitter. And these pages I decided to focus on crystals. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of glitter on this page. I used some gold Ferrero Rocher wrappers that I had left over from Christmas. I had some old tissue paper, which I creased up and stuck down. I had some old sequins, which I decided to use. This is the Ferrero Rocher paper again. Then I even had gold pen, and I had an old catalogue from the previous year from a tarot shop that I'd ordered from online that had sent me their brochure, which had all different pictures of up and coming tarot decks and oracle decks, and there was some pictures in there of crystals, which I added. It was just fun, just to get the glitter out, just to get the sticky Pritt stick out, and go to town on just, gluing and cutting and making a mess. It was great fun. My inner child loved it. And my adult loved it, actually, I have to say as well. I'm not going to lie. Then I found this quote: "All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost." And I'm going to explain why I chose that quote. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I was looking for a quote that, related to, gold, hence the reason, or glitter, because obviously of the prompt for the week. And around this same time I was doing this page, I had already pulled this card from the Compendium of Witches Oracle, the Wayfarer. I pulled that the evening before, I feel. And then I was doing a video the next day, and I was doing a walkthrough of the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, and I pulled this card. I didn't pull it, sorry. I just reacted to it when I saw it when I was doing the walkthrough, because I'd never ever seen the Wayfarer before, you know, in any deck, and I hadn't really come upon the word before either. And then suddenly I pulled this card the night before, and this card was in the deck that I was showing the next day, and that seemed really relevant to me. And when I looked up the meaning of Wayfarer, it's a person that, you know, that goes, you know, that wanders or that journeys on foot. And that seemed really relevant to me. And also with the snake energy, this snake wrapped around the arm, I have that dream quite often of a snake being wrapped around my arm. Anywho, so that seemed really, really important to me. And so when I saw this quote, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, and I saw this quote, "Not all those who wander are lost," seemed really relevant to me. Because sometimes I do feel like I'm wandering and I'm lost and I don't really know what I'm doing or where I'm going. So anyway, that was a bit of a long explanation, but, you know, that's where the inspiration for this one came from. I ripped open this page here to show a bit of the image, and then I used a little envelope from a window from an envelope, which I stuck between the two pages, and then I added some glitter in that little window so that the gold moves around inside. And this is from a Ferrero Rocher sweet from Christmas, the wrapping, and just a gold pen. And I obviously stuck these two pages together so that the gold doesn't come out. So yeah, so that was my, that's what I took from Decorate Your Page with Glitter. You know, obviously I could have, taken it any way I wanted to, but that's just what appealed to me that week. So yeah. Same again, if I didn't have glitter, I could have used glitter pens. I could have, created some word art, something about, something around the word maybe glitter, different words for glitter and sparkle, what makes me glitter, what makes me sparkle. You don't have to, you don't have to be so rigid or stuck with, creating art. It could be poetry, it could be journaling about, as I mentioned, what makes you sparkle. I don't really know where I'm going with this, but, I'm just trying to say that it's very free and easy, and you can translate those prompts the way it speaks to you and the way it, the way it inspires you. Yeah, okay, so holy moly. Okay, so moving along. Excuse me. Okay, so let's move along to the next prompt. Week number 4, I hope I'm saying this correctly now. Week number 4 was decorate a page boldly, I think was the prompt. Like be bold. So I was be bold or go home. No, wait. What's the saying? I don't know. If I remember it, I'll put it on the screen. Anywho, this was my bold page. To me, black and white is very bold, I think. And patterns are very, very bold. So this is what I went for. This is what I was inspired to do. Circles have been feeling quite relevant to me recently as well. No beginning, no end. And cycles has obviously been also something I've been working with. These totally remind me of snake eyes. That wasn't the purpose, but once I drew it, I thought, oh, that really gives me a snake eye feel. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, so that's my bold page. All I used was black pen, which I had at home, and obviously, I could have done whatever, but this just spoke to me on this day. So yes, that was my prompt for that week, or my page for that week. And as I mentioned, you don't have to decorate 2 pages. You can just decorate 1 if you want to. It might well be that further on through the year, I don't have enough time to decorate 2 pages, or I don't feel inspired to decorate 2 pages. And it might well be that I just decorate 1. But we'll take that when it comes. And, I'm doing me, you do you, whatever feels best for you if you're doing this project. Okay, so the next prompt, sorry to go back and forward and to be blocking your view. The next prompt was decorate a page with watercolour. Okay, so I did have watercolours. I have watercolour pencils, but I felt that using watercolours in this book would make the pages go dodgy. So I decided to use my own interpretation, and this one was quite messy, so I'm going to have to hold this quite carefully. Excuse me. This was based around some journaling that I had done this week, the week that this prompt came out, about my inner higher self and my intuition and my inner priestess. So this is based on that journaling that I had done and those card pulls that I had done. I was felt very drawn to suddenly work with amethyst, which is what I included also in this image. Obviously we've got the moon for the intuition, and this purple, with the amethyst, that purple was really speaking to me. This isn't finished at the minute. This is going to be like a veil, I feel, which I haven't decided how to finish that off yet. So I'm coming back to this. But this is with I made this with or created this with chalk, and even colour pencils. And on this side of the book, I'm just going to lift this carefully because it's quite messy. I don't know if you can see that. That is a piece of jewellery that I have, which I showed in my February intentions video. It's a piece of jewellery that I've been drawn to recently, very, very recently, since being drawn to amethyst. And this is a marcassite pendant which I have, which has an amethyst in it. So I felt that was also relevant. So I added this to this page. This obviously isn't finished either. And I'm going to draw the moon, I think, behind it as well. Yeah. This one's a work in progress. I'm going to come back to this. And that's a good thing as well. I do, don't get me wrong, I'm an impatient person. I want to start something and finish it. However, I don't want to rush it so that it doesn't feel right. And because I didn't know, how to finish this off, I didn't want to rush it and then to spoil it, as it were. Does that make sense? So, to give you permission as well to come back to things, I think is also important. To leave things unfinished. Or not unfinished, but until you become inspired again. I think that's also an important permission to give oneself. Well, that's the permission I give myself anyway. I'm going to come back to this when I feel inspired to complete it. And at the minute, this is going to sit between it because it's very, very messy. So I'm going to have to seal this page just to make sure it doesn't go over everything else. Okay, let's go back to the title page here. So the final quote that we've had, which was from this Wednesday, was decorate a page with material. And as I mentioned, what's the word? Circles have been quite relevant to me recently as well. So I decided to use that to decorate this page. Now this was the piece of material, which I used a cotton bud and white paint just to make some dots on the material. And then I used some colours from old magazines or patterns that I had from an old magazine. This was like from some kind of home interior magazine. So it was actually wallpaper, I feel. So I scrunched it up, added it on, and then I drew some circles. This is from a toilet roll which I printed with paint. These little dots were made with paint and cotton bud, and then I drew these little spirals which are relevant to me as well just at the moment, and just decorated it. I don't know what else I can say really. All I can say is that I didn't appreciate how much I've missed just getting messy, getting my fingers in paint, picking up a pencil, drawing, and just taking that time, allowing myself to to use that time, possibly I'm gonna say not productively, because it's only going to be me that's seeing this book. It's just for fun. But I feel, as I mentioned, as adults, I don't feel that we give ourselves enough permission, enough time to do that. And we need that time to be able to recharge our batteries, to feed our souls, and to fill our cups. And this is the way that does that for me. And if writing poetry, or I don't know, I can't even think of any other things at the minute. My mind's gone total blank. But whatever that is that does that for you, I think we should give ourselves permission to take the time out of our day to do that. Does that make sense? I feel I'm explaining things very, very badly today. Anyhow, so that's as far as I've gotten with my book, because obviously, that's as many prompts as we've got. But, I guarantee you I'll be sitting there at 4:00 on Wednesday in front of my phone waiting for Claudia Caye to come online with her live to give us the next prompt, because it's so exciting. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all I've got to say. If I didn't say in the beginning, I'm going to link Claudia Caye's channel below. I'm even going to link my video that I did at the beginning of January about this project. I will possibly be doing some more updates as we go through the year on this project, my Altered Book Challenge. If you'd like to, see those, keep your eyes peeled. I'll probably do it at the end of the month, maybe like at the end of February or March or something like that. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Did you jump on board with this project? Are you also part of the Altered Book Project gang? And how is your book coming along? How do you feed your soul? Let me know how you fill your cup. How do you recharge your batteries? And do you feel guilty when you do? Do you feel that you're wasting time? Because that's a really, really interesting feeling, I feel. But it's a very important part of us that we allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to have that time to recharge those batteries and fill that cup and feed the soul. Anyhow, I'm totally ready to cough. So I'm going to wish you a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're in the world. Take care, and I hope to see you next time. Toodaloo.